Art is supposed to be cute and aesthetic, but this was the worst day ever. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, hi, I'm Elysiian, and in this video, I'll be doing a speed paint and a story time. Make sure to like and subscribe because it helps my channel grow so I can make different types of content. I'll be talking about an art practical I did, but it only gets worse. This happened 3 days ago when I was unhappily getting ready for school at 4 o'clock in the morning. My transport said she'd pick me up at 6. I know that's pretty early, but the school gates close at 7:30 on a normal day. I thought this day would be a little better because I didn't have to use formal uniform because the practical was, wait for it, 6 hours long. I felt pain imagining that I have to sit in that room for 6 hours straight doing that practical. Which is a mosaic, by the way. And for those who don't know what a mosaic is, it's basically cutting tiny pieces of paper and sticking them onto your canvas or page to create artwork. Trust me, it's not as easy as it sounds. I was excited and ready by 6 a.m. So my transport told me that she'd pick me up at 7:40 a.m. At that moment, I was just done. Hear me out. I slept at 2 o'clock in the morning the night before. Or in the morning. Running on 2 hours of sleep because I thought it would be cool to sleep late. It wasn't, because I was done with exams. What made it worse is that it was only the art girls, I'm in an all-girls school, who's at school that morning. And everybody else was asleep because they were done with exams. The art practical was the last exam. It was a Monday. But I thought, hey, it's fine. My transport does a lot so I can get to school on time every day. So I let it slide. I had breakfast in the morning for the first time after a while. I just stared at my mosaic. For most of the time I was up, I was mosaicing. I drew Aphrodite on this A3 page and the arm alone took an hour to mosaic. So I wondered how long it'll take to mosaic the whole thing. You will find out at the end of the story time, trust me. I felt the urge to continue my mosaicing, but I only had 20 minutes left, and ain't no way am I going to cut tiny pieces of paper and stick them to a page and my transport was on her way. I just left it. She arrived eventually and we were on our way to school. I was wearing jeans and the school's sports shirts with the school's blazer because you can't enter the school without one, which I think is so dramatic, by the way. Everyone in the school has a blazer, but it's uniform, so yeah. I got to school and it was like I could smell the stress of the art girls from the gate. I entered the school 20 minutes before the exam started, so everybody was chilling on the volleyball courts enjoying the sun because it was accurately negative 100 degrees outside. 10 minutes later, we're all in the art room starting with our mosaics. It was peaceful in the beginning because everybody had friendly conversations while others listened to music. The art room is not that strict. I started listening to music as soon as I began mosaicing because I had no time to waste. Once I had finished mosaicing one leg, 1 hour had passed and that's when I knew I had to up my game. I did the second leg and it was like 11 a.m. And by the way, the deadline was 3 p.m. so I had like 4 hours left. Well, 3.5 hours because the class took 30 minutes to order our food from nearby restaurants. Because we could. And by the time the food arrived, I didn't even get to eat. It took a lot of willpower because it was McDonald's and my dad never lets me eat McDonald's. By the time it was 12, I had finished with the arms and the legs, which would have been great if I didn't have the background, the middle ground, and her long hair to do next. By then, I was tired. The music I was blasting in my ears got irritating and that says a lot because I have a wide variety of taste in music. Core, musicals, classical, golden oldies, 2017 to 2023 hits, Melanie Martinez. I listened to it all and it still wasn't enough. Music kept me going, so I even decided to listen to new music and that's something I never do. This practical changed me as a person and I still kept going. By 1 p.m. I had started with the hair and literally my hands were losing color. I don't know whose hands were attached to my body and I did not like it. My butt was numb even though I alternated between sitting and standing. My space was a mess. 1, because we were cutting small pieces of paper over and over again. 2, because we were cutting these papers on tables that we shared. There were like 5 people per table and 2 classes of art students working in one studio. But the tables were massive and not a lot of girls took art, so it didn't bother me too much. 2 p.m., 1 hour left, and I was at the verge of walking out that room and going back home by foot because the background wasn't done and the middle ground. Even though every second the past 5 hours I've been cutting and sticking, it wasn't enough. We had the option to start it at home so nobody is to blame. Not even myself because I had to get it done one way or the other, so I did what any other stressed out students would do in this situation. I went on YouTube Music, hit the search bar, typed it out, and played it on blast. Subway Surfers theme song sped up 1 hour loop. It was and still is so sad. Keep in mind that I had 2 hours of sleep and a sip of coffee that was too strong for me, so I had this unbearable headache while I was mosaicing. It was torture. It did the job though. I finished what would be an hour of work within 30 minutes, but unfortunately, time was running out. When the teacher said time is up, I took a good look at my mosaic, and to be honest, it looked like, when cartoons are thrown into tar, and then feathers are thrown at them? Yeah. But it was better than nothing because some students literally had nothing. I was satisfied with what I could accomplish. Anyway, war was over. The art teacher made us take a little group picture and it was messier than our workspace. The girl in front of me was in tears, we were all squeezed up together, and my other classmate gave me a piggyback ride because I could not bear to stand or sit down. We cleaned up our surroundings and went home. Well, some went home. I stayed in school for a few minutes to eat lunch I was supposed to eat 5 hours ago while watching Everything Sucks because I could really relate to the title of that series. That mosaic was my first art practical / project, and it really opened my eyes to how difficult some parts of art can be. I appreciate the more different types of arts a little more because there's no way I would go through that pain over and over again for free. But another artist can, and that's the beauty of it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, really, thanks for watching to the end. Spam heart emojis in the comments so I know you made it this far. Make sure you like and subscribe for more interesting content. I'll see you in the next video.